What I find so fascinating about life is that every individual could go out there and have their own individual life. And that just sounds so basic, so ordinary. But the fact that I could have a completely different day than you could be thinking about something that you're going to be doing next week, having a great day. But then here's Timmy, or here's me, and we're depressed, and we don't know what we're doing with our lives, and we're lost, and maybe we have things in our lives that we should be grateful for, but maybe we just can't do it. Maybe he has a problem. Maybe he does some kind of self-medicate, Because who knows what people do? Some people smoke cigarettes. Some people drown their problems in alcohol. The question is, what do you do? What do you do to cope with the stress of life? Do you sit there and do you scroll on TikTok? And do you just sit in your room and just pray and hope things get better because that's what people told you, that everything is just going to be all right? That if you just keep on pushing forward and keep on trying your best to do the right things, because what I've noticed is that even if you go out there, you try your best to do the right thing, sometimes it doesn't end up right. Sometimes you don't get it right. And sometimes you go out there 500 times and you still don't get it right. But you're learning. You're gaining knowledge. And that's the whole point of life. It's just, you learn. And you keep on learning. And so one day, everything clicks for you. And eventually, you only care about one thing. Yourself. Your family. Those people that really showed you that they were your friends. Your career. That dream that you have been sitting on. Whatever it is. Sometimes you really should get out there and say whatever it is you want to say. Do whatever it is you want to do. Because what if you don't have enough time? Because time, you never really know how much time you have. Life, it's so odd. We could be anywhere, doing anything. And if you really wanted your life to change, you probably know how. But where are you today? Because I'll tell you one thing. I'm not saying I know everything, but I do know one thing. You have made it through 100% of your worst, most horrible days. You did it. And here you are today. Maybe today was another horrible day. Or maybe it was a good day. But no good and no bad thing ever lasts forever. So that's why sometimes you don't see a point. Sometimes you don't see a point to keep moving forward. If everything I do is just going to one day amount to nothing, and one day I will soon be forgotten, what is the point? You have to ask yourself that. Sometimes you have to go out there and you have to try to find yourself. Try to find the things that matter. But when you walk outside your room and you see your family members, maybe they're not doing so well. Or your friends, and maybe they're in a bad situation and things are just not going your way. You don't know if it's going to get better. I can't tell you if it's going to get better. Nobody knows. But I've been told that you can create your future. The best way to predict it is to create your future. To actually just believe that you could do it. But I've believed, I've done my fair share of believing, but it's never gotten me anywhere. And maybe you've done your fair share too. Because sometimes, even if you believe so hard, you want it so bad, sometimes you just don't get it. And sometimes that's the reality. Sometimes you have to wake up in the morning, go to work, go to the store, go home and drown yourself in front of the TV, just to be able to wake up and do it all again. Sometimes that's the vicious cycle. Sometimes it's the cycle you can never break. Sometimes you could have people. You know, someone could be having the best day of their lives, and someone could have given up today. You know, someone, just if they would have stepped outside, you know, because you woke up today, didn't you? You know, that sounds weird, but you did. You know, so that means something. This universe, this world is not yet done with you. It's not finished with you yet. There's something, there's something out there for you, and I'm not too sure what it is. You know, and neither are you. Neither is anyone. But that's why you should probably try to get out there and find it. You know, because life, it's just so random and it's so unique. Sometimes you grow up without parents. Sometimes you grow up with only one. Sometimes you get thrown into an orphanage. Who knows your life and its life situation? Every single thing is different. Today is a brand new day. I've never lived today, but I'm starting to live it right now. You know, we all are. But I'm just saying tomorrow. The fact that you have no idea what you are going to be doing tomorrow. Shouldn't that excite you a little bit? No. Because you don't even know if you want to live. You don't even know if you want to be here anymore. Sometimes you wake up and you don't even want to get out of bed. You know, because what is the point? You know, and you'll spend your entire life trying to find it. Trying to find that way, trying to find that meaning. But sometimes you never do. Sometimes you spend your entire life searching. Opening doors, opening windows, trying to find out what works. But nothing ever does. And before you know it, it's too late because time is gone. You know, you ran out of time because there really is only a certain amount of time you're here. You really only have one life. So cherish it. Treasure it. You treasure that shit. Even if you don't want to, you have to try to get out there and just enjoy what you have. You know, because even if you can't find a point, even if you can't even find yourself, you're here. Existence happened. You know, and maybe if you can't find one thing, you have to realize that you are being. You are indeed a human being. And you made it, and you're here. You know, because sometimes you have to dance in the rain. Sometimes you have to look your pain and suffering in the face, and you have to just stand there and smile. Because there's nothing else we could do. You know, sometimes you have to accept. Sometimes things happen. Sometimes you get rejected. Sometimes the worst case scenario happens. Sometimes you got to deal with that. Every day, you have to wake up and deal with that. Unless you get up today, as in right now, and realize that your life is worth living. That there's a reason why we're all here. We're here to help each other get through this weird absurdity life, because that's exactly what it is. Maybe it is pointless. Maybe there is no point. Maybe there is no meaning, but I tell you this, you make that all. You make your meaning. You find what's purposeful. Whenever you want things, either you want them or you don't. You're either happy or you're not. You know, so why live your life in that negative state, in that unhappiness? You know, because one day it all might just implode in your face and you might not know what to do. You might be lost. You know, so try to understand what's going on, because even if you wake up every day, go to your work, go to school, do what you're supposed to do, you might still not win. You might still not get the glory and attention that you've been so waiting for. Because maybe it's all a lie. You know, maybe these companies, all these products just want to enslave you, and they're selling these nicotine and alcohol just to kill you. You know, just to get your little self addicted and away from the mind thinking. Because they know You know, maybe we're smarter than we think. But then again, who knows? You know, because this is just one video on the internet. And I'm just one random guy in a random room. None of this really means anything, does it? Or maybe it does. Maybe I made it mean something. Or maybe you made it mean something. Maybe something I said resonated with you. Or maybe it didn't. You know, in that case, why are you still here? But I'm not trying to say that, but life is weird and it's unique, and sometimes it brings you to places that seem odd. You know, but sometimes you needed something. Sometimes you need to hear it. Sometimes you need to realize that you're responsible. You know, and that nothing really is your fault. And that's okay. You know, and you need to keep on moving on and keep moving on in this weird life, because unfortunately you're here. And unless you decide to give up everything, which is not the best idea, you're going to keep on moving. You know, and one day you're going to find what works, and one day it's all going to click for you. I promise. Okay? And one day you're going to be able to do exactly what that is you want to do. You're going to get exactly where you want to be. Maybe you already are where you want to be. Maybe you already are exactly where you need to be. Because one day you'll realize you already had everything. Everything that you wanted, that happiness, that love, that whatever that you strive for, it was inside you the whole time. You know, and it takes a while to realize that. You know, it does. Some people never do. Some people never find it. Some people never get to go on and figure out everything. You know, because sometimes it's impossible to figure out everything. You know, and all good things come to an end. Kind of like this video. So, I hope you guys can enjoy your day today. You know, and try to ask yourself, what is the point? You know, try to find that point. Try to find that meaning. Try to find that purpose. You know, and stay positive while doing so. I love you guys. Thank you for everything.